Hey everyone! In today's class we will be learning how to add and subtract fractions with different denominators. Let's get started. So we will comprehend the algorithm of combining and subtracting fractions together as a whole. However, before we proceed, let us take a moment to recall the process of forming fractions in general, specifically when they have the same denominators. So allow me to give you an example for better understanding. If I have the need to add 1/4 to another 1/4, the calculation would be as follows. What is it that I have to do? There exists a strict rule that explicitly states that you have the ability to add fractions together. This rule states that initially, you should examine the denominators in the first place as a primary step. And it is an absolute necessity for these denominators to always be equal to one another. It is not possible to add fractions until the denominators are equal in value. However, we are all good at this location. We possess identical denominators. Therefore, I am going to commemorate this significant achievement. The value of 4 is the same as 4. Therefore, I am confirming this important milestone and labeling it as 4. And then I simply add the numerator. Therefore, in the end, the sum of 1 and 1 is equal to 2. There are no other steps involved. And the denominator remains 4. We can simplify this fraction. I have the ability to split in half. Furthermore, I can also divide 4 by 2. These are two skills that I possess. So in the end, you will have 1, 1, 2. These numbers will constitute our response to the given situation. Now let's consider another example. For instance, we need to add 1 second to 1/3 of a second in order to calculate the total time. The first thing we do is look at the denominators. Our denominators are not equal. If the denominators are not equal, I can't add the fractions. First, I need to make sure that this denominator and this denominator are the same. But how the heck do we do that if we have a denominator that is equal to 2 and a denominator that is equal to 3? Certainly, there are multiple ways we can utilize to add up, but the primary approach is to align these denominators in order to perform the addition accurately. And how the heck do you do that? In order to accomplish this, you will need to find the least common multiple of the numbers 2 and 3. Or they state, in order for us to locate shared understanding. Here I possess a shared factor. This is 4 because there's 4 here and 4 here. And here I need to find a common denominator. This is the LCM, which stands for least common multiple of the numbers 2 and 3. In other words, it is commonly referred to as the lowest common denominator by them. Numbers 2 and 3. How can I determine the least common denominator for those two numbers? Initially, we must locate numbers that are divisible by 2. And these are the following numbers, specifically 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, and so on, continuing in an incremental pattern without an end or limit. And then the numbers 3. Let's write it down like this. What numbers are these?
3, 6, 9, 12.
And so forth. And what did we observe? We observed a single shared number. This is 6. So at this point, I will jot down the number 6. So what does that give us in terms of information? The point is, you see, let me jot it down here. In the event that I will write it down just like that. In the event that 1 second is available, I possess this fraction at hand. It is necessary for me to convert 2 into 6 and transform it into 6. What do I have to do? I need to perform multiplication by 3, and then I will have the result, which is 6. But if I multiply the denominator by 3, then I should also multiply the numerator by 3. And then you will receive a fraction of 3/6. I will jot down the numbers 1 and 2 here, indicating that they represent 3/6 in total. In this specific instance, the sum of 1 and 2 is equal to the value of 3/6. I will perform the same computation using the numbers 1 and 3. How much do I need to multiply the numerator by? On 2. And then the denominator will be 6. If I multiply the denominator by 2, it implies I need to multiply the numerator by 2 in order to maintain the ratio. then I will possess a fraction consisting of 2/6. I am capable of handling 2/6. I will receive 2/6 as my share. At this moment, I possess the very same denominator, so I rectify it, and then I proceed to incorporate the value of 2 to the existing value of 3. So it transpires to be a fraction equivalent to 5/6, and that will be our reply. To add two fractions with different denominators, we must first find a common denominator in order to proceed with calculating their sum accurately and efficiently. In order to accomplish this, it is imperative for us to locate multiples and then convert each fraction in order to obtain a denominator of 6 in our calculations. Alright, then we simply sum up our numerators. Therefore, here's the method we will use to add our fractions that have varying denominators. Next class, we'll solve problems together, achieve success. That's all for today. Goodbye, until we meet again.